Well, hello again. It's so nice to see you again. I hope that you've learned a lot over the course of these few videos that I've prepared for you, and I hope that you truly understand that regardless of your talent or lack thereof, or your age, as we learned in the very first video, right? Both the talent and the age issues were brought up then. That really you can start your arty party anytime of your life and get full benefit of it. And if you don't believe me, actually, you have to know that the average age of my students, I would say, is probably 65. Easily. Between 45 and 85. So yeah, 65 is just about right. And actually, if you don't believe me, I would like to introduce to you real quickly my student, Ginny.
When my mother died a few years ago, I was so depressed and I just couldn't hardly function. And all I would do was watch television. One day I flipping the channels and found YouTube, and who was on it but Karen. And Karen was so excited, and she was smiling, and she was laughing, and she was telling you, you can do this, just draw and have fun, and it's all right if you get it wrong, because I get it wrong sometimes too. From then on, I started following Karen, and I do to this day, and it brings me much joy.
Pretty awesome, right? Now, Ginny, when I met her, was 76 years old. She also was mustered up the courage to come visit me when I was in Scotland and participate in my art retreat. And it was the first time, and I know this because she and her husband Bill actually came to my home in 2018 to meet me, because they wanted to meet this crazy lady that they were, I have my Scotland apron on right now, to meet this crazy lady that she was going to be in Scotland with. And in our house visit, when her and her husband came to see me, she confided in with me. Her husband ran to the restroom, and she came into my art room, and I was showing her around, and she confided in me that because she got married at the age of 18, she had never gone anywhere, and she and her husband had traveled the world together. She had never gone anywhere alone in her whole life. And her first maiden voyage solo without the protective custody of her husband, she took at 75 years old. Please be patient, Jamie.
She's going off the train.
I'm coming. We love you, Ginny. Have fun on the other side.
See you in 200 years. I really can't.
Oh!
I really can't. I really can't.
What did you feel?
It's just an energy.
That's the sound!
Yeah.
So, do you think we're standing on a portal?
Yeah. Ginny, what do you think?
Really.
Zone us out and actually connect.
I am dead inside.
Well, it's kind of scary.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really.
Do you think we're standing on a portal?
I don't know, but we're standing somewhere on holy ground.
Can I tell you a story?
Now, if that's not the coolest story to encourage you, that you are not too late to get started, I hope that Ginny's story really shows you that. Really, there's no time like the present, and there's no reason to not indulge yourself in one of the most amazing activities, which is creating art. I hope you know that it literally is not too late. It is for real. So I hope that's not holding you back, because it really shouldn't.
Hi, my name's Jamie, and I want to tell you how finding Awesome Art School has really changed how I approach art. This year, I made a commitment to myself that I would learn how to draw faces and learn how to shade them. I've never considered myself an artist before. I've done a lot of projects. I'm a scrapbooker and a card maker. I do cross stitch, and I do a lot of painting type projects, but mostly I considered myself a crafter, not an artist. Finding Karen Campbell and Awesome Art School has changed all of that. Karen's videos are full of great information, and her energetic style, it makes it so much fun to watch and learn from her. I like how she starts with the basics and then builds on those basics to bring you to the next level. I've not only learned how to draw faces, but I've learned how to draw fashion figures, hands, and even animals. Her quadrant method has been a game changer for me and has enabled me to draw even more complex images than I thought I ever could. As a member of both the Fun Fab Drawing Club and the Mixed Media Society, I've learned how to take my drawings to the next level by combining them with many different mediums. I've learned about color theory, how mediums react with each other, and how to layer properly using her hamburger method. I've even learned all about inks. Learning with Karen is fun and easy. She's organized the classes in Awesome Art School in a way that makes it easy to follow and makes sense. I'm so glad I found Karen and Awesome Art School. Thanks.
I hope in the first video you really understood by listening to my personal story that despite having a lack of talent, that you can overcome that and compensate for that by just learning what to do with your art supplies. So I hope that the first video really demonstrated that, like for reals. And then I hope that in the second video that you watched, when we actually sat down and did an art project together using just a cotton swab Q-tip and a cotton ball and a kindergarten fat chubby pencil. I hope with your chubby kindergarten pencil, if you were drawing along with me, and hopefully your art supplies are better than mine for that project, mine couldn't have been any worse. I hope that I was really able to show you how much you can create with just so very little. It's not about the supplies. It's about your enjoyment factor and the couple of skills you bring to the table and what you do with those limited supplies that really makes an impact with your arting experience. And it does not have to break the bank. Quite the contrary. I also hope that yesterday's lesson in both the mixed media portion of it and the drawing portion of it also, I hope that it showed you that you don't need to be overwhelmed by your art supplies. Again, because you can do so much with so little, that I hope that you know that you don't need all of those things. You don't. And a perfect example of that is my hamburger system. Now, I didn't want to be sitting up here in front of you and telling you to join the Mixed Media Society, knowing that you maybe didn't have the art supplies to get started. So you know what I did? I actually went onto Amazon and I put into my shopping cart all the things, like all the different layers and all the things that I use in my hamburger system. Now, if you still don't know what I'm talking about, hopefully you do. I mentioned it in the first few videos and emails, but it's just my layering system, and it's the same layering system of supplies, and it's 7 layers, so it's not like nothing. It's a meaty hamburger. That's why we call it a hamburger system. I actually put into my Amazon shopping cart all of the things, just so you could see how much money it would cost if you wanted to invest. Say you're like, I'm all in, I want to do the hamburger, but I'm terrified of the cost. I want to just show you exactly what that looks like so you know what to expect in case you are starting from scratch and you have nothing. I want you to know up front what your investment, what that would look like. So here, I'm actually going to take you my computer and we're going to go check this out.
I'm looking very official. I have my speaker and my headphones on. This is actually a microphone, not a speaker. My bad. All right, so I wanted to show you how much it would cost if you entered the Mixed Media Society and you had 0 things and you wanted to do 100% of the hamburger projects. There's 25 hamburger projects in there when you get in addition to about 1 million other things. But let's just say you learned about my hamburger system on YouTube and you were like, I just want to do hamburger projects. Okay. First of all, if you're not familiar, again, this shows you all the layers and all of the products that you would need. So it actually starts with the layer under the bun, which is like your canvas, okay? And then layer 1 is collage adhesive, matte medium or gel. You need a glue. Layer 2 is acrylic paint and gesso. Layer 3 can kind of be anything. I like to use water-soluble materials like the Stabilo All Pencil, and then a combination of like pencils or color pencils is fine. Oh, and I love to use gelatos for my shading because it's super easy. I love Mod Podge. I love layer 5 paint markers and Pitt pen markers. And then 6 is Mod Podge again. And then 7 is acrylic spray sealant. Okay, so let's see, what would it cost to get all of these things? So I actually went through, and I'm gonna go to my cart here on Amazon. So I kind of went through and put these all in my cart, and I actually added extra things as well, because say, again, I'm gonna assume that you have nothing, so you don't even have paintbrushes. So we are starting from scratch. I don't know if I can move my head out of the way. I guess I will make my, I'm going to move it over like this. So I'm kind of blocking the view. So say you needed paintbrushes, like you have nothing. So I picked out these Creative Mark paintbrushes. So there's 6 brushes, 5 brushes, sorry, for 20 bucks. I definitely recommend having a black and white paint pen. Those are great for details and highlights. If you have just a black and white Posca pen, you are good to go. $5, $5.50 for the 2 of them together. I'm obsessed, as you probably know. Again, if you've seen my hamburger series on YouTube, you know I love me some Pitt pens. You can actually get the whole Pitt pen brush set for $14.85. I have that set. So if you want to do all your skin tone shadings, you can do it all with that little pack. The gelatos that I love to use for shading my faces in the hamburger system are, you can get the skin tone packs that I use. I like the pastel colors. They sell a lot of different packs, so you can, if you want to do dark skin tones, you can grab another pack that has the darker values in it. $25 for that 15 set. Say you have 0 acrylic paints, none. You can buy this set of 14, which is, actually, that's almost the same one I just gave away at my 30K YouTube giveaway. That's so funny. $38 for that. You're going to definitely need some gesso if you're doing mixed medium. All right, that's $11.56. You'll also need some matte medium if you follow and get the things that I use. That's $8.99. And then I use and love these canvas panels. They're super cheap. And so that's a 12-pack for $14.99. So if you are starting from scratch, now you might be like, where's the Mod Podge? Well, actually, Mod Podge is not available worldwide, and also you can use matte medium as a sealer, as a stand-in for the Mod Podge if you cannot afford it. Mod Podge is pretty inexpensive. So I just wanted to, it's not essential, and you can use the matte medium in its place, so I didn't put it in. But all the other bells and whistles are pretty much there, but I am guessing that you already have a few things. You probably already have some acrylic paints. You probably already have, I'm guessing, like a black marker in your stash. I'm guessing you have some brushes already. You might not have Pitt pens. You might not have gelatos. But this is pretty much like if I was to buy all of these things, I could make a full, complete hamburger system, including substrate, many, many projects, because I have a 12-pack of canvas panels. I got 14 colors of paint. I have the gelatos that I'm using now, I've been using for years, are the original set of gelatos that I've ever bought. So, you know, these supplies last you for years. So what's the grand total? Say I was started from scratch. The grand total for all of these products is $140. Okay, so if you want to start, that would be your investment. The Mixed Media Society membership is $24 a month. So say you join for 1 month and you can cancel anytime. It would be $164 to get full use out of your membership for at least 1 month. Now you might be thinking like, oh my gosh, I can't afford that. And I was thinking, well, how does my prices compare to other people's prices? And let me also just show you what that $24 includes, because I'm really only talking about the hamburger classroom right now, but let me just show you what else is in there, because you probably have other art supplies and you're interested in how to use all of them. So I just want to, let me give you a peek at what's in the Mixed Media Society. If you haven't watched the other videos, you might actually not know this anyway, so let me show you that real quick first. I was gonna like switch computers, and I'm like, wait, I can just do it right here. So I just go to awesomeartschool.com. My uploading another video, so my computer is a little slow. But awesomeartschool.com, there it is. Oh, look, I'm already enrolled. So I just want to show you what you see. It's actually a 15 course bundle. So I'm going to click on it because I'm already in there. And it looks like I'm not. This is like the sales page, but I'm already in there. At the bottom it says, you are already enrolled. Click here to view it. So I'm going to click on that. All right. And then you're like, Karen, there's only 4 things. What the heck? There's nothing in here. Well, this isn't actually where the classes are held. To get those, you have to go over here on the left where it says included courses. But you do need to make sure that you go through these steps, because this is how you kind of find your way around. So the first here is a video about what's in here. So we could watch that. This is like, not sure where we begin. Here are your options. And right here is actually a must. And this is free with your membership. It's actually a free ebook. It's the official guide and workbook that accompanies the Mixed Media Society. So the first order of operations, if you were to come on board, is to download this guide. Okay, download it, or you can let it live here and you can look at it as much as you want to, or you can purchase a paperback on Amazon for super cheap. Obviously, this is over 200 pages. The table of contents alone is over 2 pages. So this actually has every single piece of information you could ever need and more about what is in the Mixed Media Society if you want it in paper form. So you can literally flip through and see all the things. But I have you right now anyway, so I'm just going to show you. But you have to know about the guide. It's essential. It's a brand new, and it is like your guide to navigating your way around the Mixed Media Society. So I'm going to push a little arrow at the top. You can actually go right here where it says included courses. I don't like that view though. It kind of chops off the little thumbnail. So I'm going to hit my courses up here at the top. And all these classrooms, this one, the YouTube and Cheat Sheet Library, this is you can buy this separately as well, but you get it free included with your classroom. Look at all my cheat sheets that I've ever made. And there's multiple ones in these little sheets as well. So this is deceiving because it doesn't look like that many. There's probably 20 altogether. So if you have trouble getting started and you need motivation, you can come in here and you can find uplifting quotes by Bob Ross. Oh, and by the way, all these cheat sheets are also included in that official guide and workbook that I was just showing you. So this has all of my YouTube channels across 2 YouTube channels. All of the videos are separated out by genre and topic. So if you want like a quick reference, like, oh, I know Karen just did a video on Copics, or like Copic alternatives. Okay, look at the Copic alcohol marker help and projects. You can go in here and you can find what video maybe that you were looking for. Okay, so this is super helpful. So it's like all the projects I've done with alcohol markers on YouTube. Boom, right there. So that's the YouTube and Cheat Sheet Library, which again is also available separately, but you get it free with your membership. You have all of these classrooms in blue right here you get, and they're all inclusive classrooms beginning to end of their by medium. So assuming you know nothing about water soluble or markers, you can go into Magic Mark Makers. Awesome acrylics, watercolors, and caustics, and mixing the media are all beginner introduction to those mediums. So if you're new to art journaling, you start here at mixing the media. This is learn about the exciting world of art journaling. So if you're new to any of these mediums, you start here. That will give you and every classroom starts at the beginning with supplies. And what are these things? And the reason I do this is that so before you have to purchase anything, you can look and see for yourself, like watch my full demo and I'll show you how everything works. And then you can decide what you want or what you don't want. So that way you're not pressured to buy anything extra ever. And then we learn by doing projects. So I have all these projects here for you, starting from the very, very beginning. Same thing with watercolors, again, and caustics, so fun, and mixing the media. Okay, you also get my full entire classroom on mixed media magic and all the projects that go along with that book, plus 3 bonus projects that are not included in the book. One of my very all-time favorites too, because Halloween is coming up. Oh, this is like my favorite. I hope I have a finished picture of this in here, but yes, That's not in the book. She's like one of my favorite all-time projects. Also, Hamburger System. Holla. Thank you so much. All right, so that's all the mixed media. So there's bonus lessons in there as well that are not found anywhere else. And then you also have my 24 hamburger projects, like I said. So even if you just have those basic materials, you can use the acrylics and the gesso to do all the projects in the acrylics module. You can use the gelatos, and if you have any water-soluble pencils or anything, you can use those and do a lot of projects in the Magic Mark Makers. Watercolors, you will need watercolors, but it's optional. So when you're ready to discover the world of watercolors, then you can, at your leisure, get a few watercolors and try that out. And again, if you're not sure what paper or brands, that's all given to you in this watercolors classroom. Same thing with caustics, and caustics is so interesting and fun. Mixing the media is really for baby beginners and how to mix your media. And then if you're new to inks, this pink classroom in the middle, this tells you all about, I'm like obsessed with painting with fountain pen ink. So if you want to discover that, you can go in there. Whimsical Animals has all my animal projects in there. Season of Fantasy I'm in right now. So I'm adding projects there all the time. Fairies and dragons and elves and mermaids and all the fun things. This is a whole classroom on Art Deco projects that go along with my books. And this is a brand new classroom, Fabulous Flowers, that I will be adding to lots and lots over time. And remember, I'm adding projects all the time. All right, so that is Mixed Media Society. And this is interesting because I just got a notification that Willowing was starting to advertise for Lifebook. And I was like, oh, I've done Lifebook 2 years before, and I absolutely loved it. And I was like, I wonder how much Lifebook is. And so I was online. I have 2 monitors, actually. So I was trying to figure out, how much is that? Because that's all mixed media. And then I was just on her website. And again, love Tam, highly recommend. 31 teachers. But then it got me thinking, I'm like, if you join, it is, okay, so her basic package is $147. Okay, well, our shopping cart is $140. So that's about comparable. Okay, now, and you might be feeling like, yeah, but you're $24 a month. And that is true. However, if you take a class like Lifebook, and I just know because I've done it, and again, I highly recommend Lifebook. I'm not knocking this in any way. I'm just comparing financially. You have 31 teachers. Do you think that you would have the supplies to do all these 31 additional projects? No, every single one of these 31 teachers requires different art supplies, which means you're having to buy, let's just say you have to buy one new art supply for every single project. That would be $31. So $31, and that's obviously very conservative. $31 plus the $147, that's the basic plan. She has all these other options as well that are more expensive. That's already more expensive than it would take. And what's cool then would be to buy my Mixed Media Society plus all of your supplies starting from scratch, which again, as I'm sure you have some of those supplies already. So the Mixed Media Society is super affordable, and what's amazing is that once you have this basic set of supplies, again, I have at least 25 projects that are completely different that all use the same supplies over and over and over and over. And these are my best, most favorite, awesomest projects I've ever made. So it's a really big deal, and the savings is really great. I just want to just show you that and give you that comparison. Okay. Now I want to show you the Fun Fab Drawing Club because it's very different than the Mixed Media Society. The Fun Fab Drawing Club is $18 a month. And what I love about the Fun Fab Drawing Club is that, talk about limited supplies, you even have, your supplies are even more limited. And I was putting together a list here of the little supplies that you need. So you need some blending stumps, or if you did yesterday's lesson with me, you understand that you actually don't. You can just use a Q-tip. You do need a couple Sharpies to get started, and you probably do need a black pencil. And I do like mechanical pencils, so I do recommend having some mechanical pencils. Oh, and you should actually have like a pencil set. But if you don't, obviously, again, looking at yesterday's video, you know that, hopefully you know because you were doing it with me, that you can do pretty much everything that you need to do with just a school pencil for a while. So the supplies there are like super, super minimal cost-wise. And I just use, a ream of cover stock that you can buy at an office supply store. So actually my paper, I can buy 250 sheets for under $20, and that lasts me literally years. So just so you know, like costs going in, again, $18 a month is insane. This is probably over, both of these clubs are worth over $1,000. If I was to sell all of these classrooms individually, which I do, you're looking at over $1,000 each, and you can have access to all of the lessons in here for exactly $18 a month and $24, depending on which club you are in. New content is added all the time, so the value is ridiculous. When you enter the Fun Fab Drawing Club, you are immediately confronted with these staged classrooms. You have the Pixie, the Sprite, Nymph, Fairy, Siren, Phoenix, and the first thing that you need to do is find out, well, which one are you? So if you go into each one, you can just click on them randomly. It'll tell you, welcome, start here. So you know exactly where to go. And then you'll read the little description. You read this, I'm naturally creative and know more about drawing. So does that describe you? So you can literally go through and read and be like, yes, okay. And then you can begin those projects. So you first identify which level you're at, and that's where you begin. Now, I just want to back up 1 second. The Fun Fab Drawing Club main hub is just like the Mixed Media Society's main hub, where there's very little in here, but the little that's in here is a must download and read. This, again, has its own official guide and workbook, which you can click to just, so you don't need to download it. You can just have it live here if you want to, so you can read through it, but it's the same guide and workbook. Again, 2 pages of tables of contents, goes through your supplies. I am talking every answer to every question you've ever had. All the little logistical problems, like how do I download? How do I post pictures? Who do I email if I have a question? Like, what if I want to download a PDF? All the links. It's like what's included in the membership. What are billing questions? What are saving questions? Like every question you could possibly imagine, all the answers are in this guide for you. So have to draw your attention to that. It's included with your membership. Again, paperback versions are available, and there are pages in the book. Here's one right here. This is the Fun Fab Drawing one, and you can see there's pages in the books. It's like screenshots of every step that you have to take, and all the lessons, and all the cheat sheets are in here, and then there's pages for drawing, pages for taking notes and keep track of your books. Again, all the cheat sheets in the places that you need them. The quadrant method for drawing figures is also in here step by step. It's a very comprehensive guide. Again, you can buy that separately as well if you want the paperback. One woman yesterday, this is real. She told me that she downloaded the whole book, printed it off, and then laminated all 158 pages of the Fun Fab Drawing Good Guide and Workbook, which I thought was hilarious. So do with it what you like. It can come in many forms. Once you have graduated, and you literally get a little certificate as you graduate through each stage, you have a plethora of options where you can exercise and explore your new creative skills. Everything from realistic portraits, whimsical faces and random fun. Learn how to draw hands. You can go into the fantasy classroom, which is, again, that's the season we're in right now. We're doing all things fae, mermaid, otherworldly, dragons. We did Daenerys from Game of Thrones. This is my the fun fashion illustration series. Here is a whole classroom on toned paper lessons, which is I love. Here's a brand new classroom that's not even filled yet. That's where our furry friends are going to live. We have all 22 drawing videos from the 100 Fun Fab Faces challenge. That challenge alone has transformed skills of many artists from all backgrounds, and all of them are all there for you. Fun Fab Florals is a new classroom that we are going to be adding onto very shortly. There's a whole classroom for dudes. And then the bonus advanced projects, I've then since sorted into these other classrooms. So you have places to grow and expand your skills for days and days and days. So I hope this little inside peek shows you all the things you get. You also get access to all my fun drawing challenges. When I add those, you just get automatically sucked into those. You don't have to pay a thing extra. You also, in the Mixed Media Society, you get the free copy of my hamburger ebooks that you can download as well. Yeah, so many things for so little money. I hope this was a really helpful view for you.
Hello, my name is Norma Murphy and I'm a student of Karen Campbell's. This is an example of one of my paintings that I have done. It's still in progress. I still have to name all the books, but I learned how to do this with her mixed media course and hamburger system, which teaches you how to do all of the layers and not mess up anything along the way. I really enjoy her style of teaching and couldn't be happier to have found this artist.
And one other objection that might come to mind for you would be sort of overwhelm in terms of not knowing what to do. And I know I've mentioned this before, but I've been in classes where the teacher is teaching something that's intuitive. There's a lot of painting intuitive classes out there. And for me personally, I really struggle with that because the whole notion of teaching by intuition or doing art by intuition by definition means that you are just doing things by feeling. And as a student of an intuitive class, it's really hard to get specifics because the teacher is working from their heart. So there is no process. There is no specific steps to get there. They're just doing things because they feel like it. That's all fine and good, but if you really want to learn something, it's way more effective if you know exactly what to do, in what order, how much. And so I hope by now you've gotten cotton wind, that's not even a word, cotton wind, in the wind, what? That you've caught wind of the fact that I love giving and creating concrete, straightforward, step-by-step resources to support the video lessons that I give at Awesome Art School. So I have cheat sheets. I just call them my cheat sheets because one little sheet is like packed with just all the information that you need right there on a piece of paper in black and white, off in color, just to make it like cooler and more exciting and easier to read. So I like dedicate your education to try to think of all the little ways that I can help you the most that I possibly can. So if I can't do it in a video, I will do it on a cheat sheet, but then or a book. That's why I've published 14 books. So the combination of all of that like is enriching you and giving you this whole experience and trying to fill in any blanks that I possibly could have been left out. And I am telling you exactly what you need to do. There is no guesswork. There's no intuition. It is literally do this. So I hope that is so helpful. And just hearing from my students, I think that really propels their ability levels, much faster than having a teacher who is just saying like, and then you just stop when you feel ready. Like stop when you tell me to stop so I know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that part of my teaching really helps you.
There are many reasons why I love Karen Campbell's Fun Fab Drawing Club. One of them is because she has taught me how to draw a face and do it well every single time with her easy to use guides. And also her shading guide makes it look so much better. She has brought out skills in me that I didn't even know that I have. And to boot, she is so fun to learn from.
Again, in the past few days, I've sent you emails and they all contain very specific and hugely important, and I'm sorry for the lengthy videos about how you can improve your skills to compensate for your lack of talent to make amazing art pieces, no matter what your skill or ability or experience level is. I hope that you know that you're not too late to start. I hope that you know that this programs, both my Mixed Media Society and my Fun Fab Drawing Club, are insanely affordable. The supplies you need to make hundreds of projects is very limited. The teaching hours are so many, so many, with new lessons added every other week of the year. So that's 20 what? I can't do math, 20 something new lessons every year in both clubs. In conclusion, let's wrap up a few details we have not talked about. Number one, all videos and all PDFs are all downloadable, which means you can open them up and you can download them to your computer and you own them. So you can watch them in the comfort of your home at any time you like. You can also take them on a train or a plane. Not that we can do that during COVID, but you know what I mean. You can watch them as you please and when you wish. Number two, if you don't want to clog up your computers and you want to keep the space on there as is, you can also just stream the videos and keep them locked in place where you find it. Number three, what else? My YouTube videos. Why would you buy a membership when you can just go on YouTube? While YouTube is time-lapsed art, right? We do step by step, and occasionally I give YouTube my everything because I think that those people deserve it, and I do have a heart and a soft spot for people who literally cannot afford a club. And if you cannot afford either club, you definitely should not join because I don't want to put anybody out, and you can go to YouTube. However, all of the lessons, I would say 95% of the lessons at Awesome Art School are all real time. There is no time lapse, so you don't need to pause and rewind and pause and rewind. It's just you and me, and we're arting in real time. I don't cut anything out. When I make mistakes, and Lord knows, I'm making mistakes, you are there for all of it. So it's a really big difference. They're not highly edited, jumping around with the jazzy music. There's no music in the backgrounds, because I know that can be very distracting. So there's a huge difference between my YouTube videos and the videos that I have in Awesome Art School. The cool thing about being in the membership is that you get me both ways. So you get all of my YouTube fun videos, fast and furious and fun, but you also get all the content in real time. So having them both together, which is why I also give you free access to my cheat sheet and YouTube library, like your education could not be more complete. It gives you the whole shebang. What else do you get that I have not mentioned? Price. If and when the prices go up for the Fun Fab Drawing Club and the Mixed Media Society, your price is locked in where you are now. My prices will go up because these things are getting monster and they're growing all the time. So when my prices go up, yours stay the same as long as you remain a member in good standing. So I just want you to know, you may cancel at any time. This is the very first time I'm having an annual option as well. And if you choose that option, you get 2 months free. You also get a paperback version of the workbook and guide that goes with the club that you're choosing to enroll in. And lastly, I really encourage you to enroll in only one of the 2 clubs. This is 2, one of the 2 clubs, because I want you to go deep in on a skill that you want to learn. I don't want you to be distracted by all the shiny bells and whistles, and there are so many in both places. I want you to focus your attention on one set of skills that you want to learn and go all in on that. And then in 6 months, If you want to switch gears and try something out, I really encourage you to stay for a year in one. And then if you want to switch over to the other, so that you're not overwhelmed by all the content, because there is so much content and it's very easy to be overwhelmed. So go to Awesome Art School, register for a club, and I will see you there. Ooh. Jamie, honey, what do you think? She looks like a super alien right now. Anyone else seeing that? It's kind of hard to deny. All right, and then we have the turtle. Does he not look like a turtle? And then this is like pitch black in the depths of Pooge despair. Oh! Face is just like, now he looks like a frog. He's my main man for obvious. Plus, I mean, look at him, he's amazing. You are the cutest thing I've ever seen, little emu shmemu friend. I step back from my work and I'm like, hey, that Pooge is looking good. You know, like I might be even an expert at drawing Pooge at this part. Oh, Max, I love you. You're amazing. Oh my God, my phone. Oh, she's okay. Jamie, Gopher, seriously. So rude. See, first I have to show you a gigantic. No. Hello, today I'm going to be going over my latest mixed media project in my art journal. And I had this insane idea to try to do a whole project without using a paintbrush, which is a really dumb idea, by the way. My name is Karen Campbell, and I